Hi everyone, welcome to So Lovely with Grace. If you're new here, I'm Grace. If you're returning, welcome back. Today is the 5th edition of the Embrace the Lace collaboration series that I'm doing with Lara from Sewing Up Style and Chilisa from Sew She Designs. We're doing a monthly collaboration where we incorporate lace into our makes and show you how you can enhance your wardrobe. So today's edition is upcycling, and I chose to upcycle a pair of capri jeans, distressing them, enhancing them with lace and fabric. And I'm going to show you the steps I did to go from this to this. Let me show you. These are my capri jeans. They're already a little distressed, but I'm going to embellish them and distress them even more. But I'm going to embellish them with lace and fabric. And I'll show you my inspiration I got from T. Myers Handmade and Evelys, the website. Let me show you now the jeans that I kind of want to follow the idea from, but I'm going to do it my way. I got a lot of inspiration and ideas from this YouTube channel, T. Myers Handmade. She gets thrifted fabric and embellishes it with, looks like animals and flowers and all kinds of pretty things. And her channel is just full of projects. I just spend hours watching her, and it's just constant. It's beautiful tutorials if you're into that. Another place where I got my inspiration and ideas from is Evelys. It's a website where you could purchase these distressed jeans or floral canvas shoes, shirts, clothing, all kinds of things. But I really thought this was unique how they put the fabric behind the jeans and they made them distressed. So that's what I'm kind of going to be doing today, plus adding lace. And here's the back of a pair of jeans. Here's more detail. So I just wanted to give you some ideas of where you can go if you want to do the same thing. Now the materials I'll be working with is this fabric, this beautiful floral rose lace fabric. See the lace detail here? And I have some of this lace trim, this rose lace trim that I'm going to use. I also have this lace here. There's another rose lace, a wider lace, very elegant. I have this, it looks like crocheted lace that I'm going to use, and this small trim. So hopefully it'll come out nice, but I have a vision in mind what I want to do, and I'm going to incorporate these fabric and lace trims. I also had this lace here from Dollar Tree. Not sure I'm going to use it yet, just as an option. It's there if I decide. Okay, so now the tools. I need a hand towel. Got this from Dollar Tree because I'm going to use this Dollar Tree bleach as I'm going to make bleach streaks in my jeans. I got my Dollar Tree bucket, also latex gloves from Dollar Tree, and my cutting mat from Dollar Tree. I'm telling you, you could do a lot at Dollar Tree on this project. And these eyebrow razors. Now, why would I get eyebrow razors? Well, they're great for seam ripping, especially denim. And I got my seam ripper with that. I got my fabric Ginger scissors. These are my favorite. I also got my Fiskar fabric scissors and my cheapo paper scissors or whatever I'm going to cut with this. I also have my Fiskar's box cutter. Tom's box cutter with a brand new sharp blade because I'm going to distress these jeans. Got my pins, and I have a denim needle for the sewing machine. It's threaded up and ready to go. So let's begin. After giving it a little thought, I don't think I want to rip out the seam. I've decided to turn these inside out. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn these inside out, and instead of seam ripping this, I think I'm just going to cut it with the scissors and then just sew it up with the serger. Just re-serge it again. So that's what I'm going to do. It's just going to take too long to rip this whole thing out. So let me get my scissors and do that. So I'm using this eyebrow razor and I'm just going to rip this open. Just open the flap. Get that open. It's kind of little. There you go. Got it. And what I'm going to do is just cut the inseam, but not all the way. Just enough so I can open the pant leg so I can work with it. And then I'll just serge it back up. I'm just going to cut right here. Scissors are a little tough to use. A lot better. So I cut this one pant leg open. I'm going to do the other side now. Same way. Just going to start here and just get close to the seam and just trim it up. So I went pretty high up. I don't need to go any higher. Just going to trim this stuff off and clean it up. Clean that up. And trim that off. I cut the inseams now. So now I'm going to turn this right side out. And I just want to get access to the pant leg so I can distress the jean. So these are right side out now, and what I want to do is I'm going to cut one of these pockets off, just for interest. I'm going to just cut it off and leave it off. I'm not going to put it back on. It's permanently off. Just for a more distressed look. And when these go through the wash and the dryer, the denim's going to fringe up. It's going to look so adorable. Gotta be careful. I don't want to cut the pants, just the pocket off. So, just cut this off. All right. So I got that off. Now it's a little blue there. Now the canvas is ready for the art. Okay, so I have accessibility to both sides of each pant leg, and I have this heat erasable pen, and I'm going to draw some rectangles and decide where I'm going to put some of the fabric, where I'm going to distress the fabric, cut squares. So it's just going to be random. I really don't know. I drew a few rectangles here with a heat erasable pen. I also cut out some of these roses from the fabric that I'm going to place in various areas, and I'm going to start cutting. Now, I just want to say, use the cutting board. Do not cut directly on your sewing cutting mat because it will damage. If you're using the box cutter blades, this will destroy your sewing mat. And I use this Dollar Tree cutting board to cut. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to pin these roses down. You know, they can go anywhere. It's pretty random. I'm just having fun with this. I'm not, you know, it's not a serious design or anything. But I'm going to put them here. I think 2 of those would look good like that. And now, get the cutting board. Be very careful. These box cutters are seriously sharp. And what I'm going to do is just cut. Just cut, I'll start a line here and a line here, and then use my fabric scissors just to cut. I want to cut a rectangle box here. So just go like that. Actually, I'm not cutting a rectangle because I want to distress this one. I don't want it all the way. And then I get the blade and just start making these just cuts. And what's going to happen is when you put this in the wash and you dry it, it's going to fray up and it'll be distressed. And that's the look I want, is the distressed look. So that's what I'm doing here. Now up top here, this top rectangle, I am definitely just going to cut out because I'm going to put fabric behind it. So I'm just going to cut that directly. It's not going to be distressed. There'll be fringe from the wash, but I'm just going to cut directly like that. And I think that's good for that side. And over here, I'm going to, I think I'll have another box to cut out here. And put some fabric here. Cut there. And doesn't have to be precise. That's why this project is fun. Just no rules. Just cut. Could be roundish. Could be anything you want. So that's what I got so far. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to sew on these little roses here on the pants. So I'm at the sewing machine and I'm going to sew these flowers on. But first, I cut, I guess it's like 5 by 2 inch rectangle here. And what I want to do is put it in this hole, this big rectangle hole at the top of the jeans. So what I'm going to do is pin it, and I'll show you before I sew it. I pin that decorative fabric underneath, and I'm going to do kind of like a blanket stitch, something interesting. Let's see how it works out. And let's see. Yeah, I really like that. I like that stitch. Perfect. Now I have this 4 by 4 square opening where I'm going to sew this block in it underneath. The square is finished. It looks so nice. And now I'm going to sew in those little roses. Now I have these roses here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a zigzag all the way around each one. It's kind of tricky around these curves. So I'll show you when I'm done. I like it. I like the zigzag here. Now I'm going to zigzag this, this part here that's cut up, and I'm going to use a wider zigzag stitch. And that looks fabulous. I like it. Now I'm going to put a little more distress lines in the pants right here using the box cutter. Just put a little, not too much. Put some holes there. So it has a little hole. Now, there's a pocket. I don't want to puncture that, but that'll be nice. I have a little hole there. Looks a little distressed. And I think I'm done with that. So what I'm going to do next is add lace. Finally, lace. Well, there's lace in this fabric, but here, I'm going to add some lace trim to the pocket on both sides. So let me pin that up and sew it in. Since denim is so thick, I used a Wonder Clips here. I'm going to go to the machine and sew it in on both sides. I cut out the circle here, and what I want to do here is insert, I love this fabric, this rose fabric. I think it goes good with this existing lace rose fabric. And I want to cut out this pretty pink rose and sew it in there. I like it. Moving on to the back. I don't know if I'm finished with the front, but for now, I'm going to turn it over here and look at the back. And what I see here is this pocket removed, so when I wash, the fraying will come. That'll be cool. And then this pocket is plain. And I have this beautiful lace. Is just stunning. It has a little shine to it. It's pink. And I already removed some of the netting because when I sew this, I want to sew it on the pocket just to get the rows and the leaves here. So I'm going to sew this up, cut it here. And then I have this beautiful trim, lace trim that I got. It's a rose and green trim I got on Amazon. And what I think I want to do with this piece is along the back here, I'm going to go down to the midpoint and then curve up to the top so it has like a slight tiny little V there. Let me sew that up and see how that looks. What I did here was, this was stitched, now I pin this down and I'm going to cut along this line here, and then I'm going to use a regular straight stitch and just follow along the design of the leaves and the rows. So here it goes. Okay. Just trying to cut around the design. Ooh, I'm really happy with that. That came out great. So what I did was I zigzagged both sides here, and then I just did a straight stitch following, you know, the design as close as possible. And look at the other side. I don't know if you can see that, but that's the design from the reverse. And I'm really happy with it. Now I want to attach this rose trim to the back. And what I'm going to do is just do one straight stitch all the way across and zigzag it on each end. I'm going to use a wide zigzag stitch here. And back stitch. All right. Now I'm going to use a straight stitch on 2.5 setting, straight across. Once I sewn that, then I cut it and then I'll zigzag it. I don't want to cut it prematurely and it's too short. So now I'm going to set it to zigzag, wide stitch. Once I sewn that, then I cut it and then I'll zigzag it. I don't want to cut it prematurely and it's too short. So I'm going to zigzag it and reverse. All right. And that looks good. And just trim the string. Let's see how that looks. All right. So sweet. I like it. Very nice. I really like this, the way this came out with this blanket stitch border with this fabric. So I'm thinking on the back here of these jeans I was going to put maybe another big rectangle here with that stitching. I'm going to do that. I used my heat erasable pen and drew another rectangle here. So that's where I'm going to cut. All right. I cut another rectangle of that rose lace fabric here, and I'm going to sew it inside the pant leg using that beautiful decorative blanket stitch. I pinned the fabric in the pant leg in the rectangle, and now I'm going to stitch using that decorative blanket stitch, and I chose a rose thread, rose colored thread. I think it came out really nice. I like it. So when I press it, these lines will be gone, but I like the stitch. Now, I finished the front. I think that's all the patches I'm going to do and cutting. What I'm going to do now is get the serger and just serge the inseams here. Well, I finished. I got the little trim here, the little rose. I like the distressed here. I added the lace trim here. Just so adorable. And now the back. It's not as ornate as the front. I didn't do a lot, but I think it's going to work. So now what I'm going to do is throw these in the wash and dryer and get the fringe factor going, and I'll model them for you. Modeling the jeans with this simplicity top I made. It's a rib knit from a previous video, but I wanted to show you the design of these jeans, how I upcycled them with this cute lace lining the pockets on each side here. And I put these patches, I did the distressed look here. See if you can see the whole look. I'm using these crocheted shoes, and I gave my ankles lace trim at the bottom around the ankles. I used the fabric here inset right here and here, and I did a blanket stitch around the fabric, but I just like these little pockets here, and back here I have one pocket I cut out, and I put this lace trim here, and then I did this back lace all the way in the back. So that's the upcycle look, along with this little bag that I had from a previous video. Now, I didn't have time to make it again, but I could make it out of denim. But I think it looks great with the green top. So I really like this look. And give you a closer look at the jeans. How cute with the crochet sandals. So I'm going to model this with another top, and I hope you like it. I'm modeling the jeans with this top, which was featured on a previous Embrace the Lace video, because I did enhance this simplicity top with lace here, this rose trim lace and this lace that match the earrings that I'm wearing here. So I think it goes so well with jeans. It's the same fabric that I used to upcycle these jeans right here. This is the same fabric as this, and in the back it's the same fabric, so it goes together. And of course the little bag that I love, and I think it goes great. The colors go great, the olive green with the roses. Like I said, I could make a denim one, but I'm just going to keep this one for now and show you the jeans again with the lace trim and this top. I actually think I like this top better than the other one. Even though the other one's nice, I really like this top. Very sweet. I hope you like it. This top that I'm wearing that I modeled with the upcycled jeans was featured in a previous Embrace the Lace video. It's Simplicity 9605 View B right here. I just wanted to show you that. And the previous top, the first top that I modeled, the knit top, was Simplicity 9679, the sleeveless one here. So I wanted to show you that. So now I'm going to show you up close the detail on these jeans. So I like these jeans. They have these little shank buttons here with a little, looks like rhinestone detail. You can't see it far away. And I embellished it with lace trim here. I just sewed 2 rows, and then I hand stitched at the end here a little bit to hold it in. I did that on both sides. I cut out a hole here and I put this fabric. This is not the same fabric as the top I'm wearing. This fabric is quilting cotton that I've made various tops with here that I got online, and I just thought it was so cute. So I picked a rose and put it in that hole. Then I used the fabric of this top. I used it right here. I cut a rectangle and sewed it in using a blanket stitch with white thread. And then I got, you know, all the steps here. I distressed this and did a zigzag. So it's like a random project. You could do anything you want. In fact, I don't think I did enough on these jeans. I probably could do more because it looks kind of bare. I think I could have done a little more, and I still could. And then of course this patch here I did. This is the same fabric that I'm wearing. And this lace here, I cut the pocket out and put the lace there. I just love it. I still have a lot of lace left, and of course I use the same exact lace in this bag that I did. I made the bag in the hoop on the embroidery machine and then just put this flap lace there. Very nice. And then of course on the back I did the same thing with that fabric that I'm wearing. I just sewed that in. I put some roses here on the front, and then I did 2 rows of lace at the bottom. So that's my Embrace the Lace upcycling project. I hope that inspired you. Upcycling is really big now, and there's no rules. I just had a vision in mind, and I thought, I kind of knew what I wanted, and then I just went with the flow, and it worked out. And I hope you liked it. So why don't you please go check out Sew She Designs. Chilisa at Sew She Designs also did an upcycle with lace, and Lara at Sewing Up Style. They both did it today. So please go check out their projects. And I hope you enjoyed this version, this edition of the Embrace the Lace collaboration series. Stay tuned, we have another idea for next month that's going to be even more exciting. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you were so inspired.